Hi there guys, this week on Apple Views we've got stories about iPads becoming antiques, the chip shortage and heat sensors finally coming to Apple Watch Series 8. Let's get into it. Hi guys, it's me David, Talking Tech. If you've already subscribed, great. If you haven't, now's a good time to do it. Don't forget to turn on all notifications as well, so you never miss another one of these masterpieces. We're going to start off Apple Views this week with a story about online security. The three biggies, Google, Microsoft and Apple, this week all signed up to something called FIDO, Fast Identity Online. As you know, security and safety online has been something very close to Apple's heart, and they feel that the days of using passwords is something that should be got away from as quick as possible. It's a big weakness, really vulnerable, as of course most people use the same password time and time again, which is leaving themselves very exposed online. So Apple and the other tech giants all see that the way forward is to be using on-device pins, fingerprint and face recognition. Anything that does away with passwords is good with me. And before carrying on, I just want to say thank you. You've been great with getting involved with these videos and make some lovely comments. We're really building a wonderful community here, and I can only thank you. It means the world to me. Right, let's carry on now and talk about Apple Watch Series 8. It was around about a year ago that we first heard we may be getting some sort of heat sensor on Apple Watch Series 7. It didn't happen because it failed its tests at the engineering validation testing stage. And it's all to do with the fact that the skin's surface temperature varies greatly and very quickly depending on the ambient temperatures. And as this isn't an invasive way of taking the body temperature, it's done by the skin's surface temperature, the algorithm that the watch runs has to be absolutely cracking. It wasn't quite there last year, but Kuo-Ming Chi began putting up some tweets on Sunday saying he's sure that it's coming to Series 8 Apple Watch this year. If Kuo-Ming Chi says it, that's good enough for me. Something that you're interested in? Let me know in the comments. Just before moving on from Apple Watch, let's talk about some savings that you can make on Apple Watch Series 7. A lot of my viewers are over in the States. If you are, go onto Apple's website, go to the Refurb'd section. It's brilliant there, isn't it? Some great products. As you know, the products come out there with warranties, fully serviced, cleaned and good to go. That's like buying new. Well, now Apple Watch Series 7, the 41mm version that is, and GPS only, are available on the Refurb'd section. And with good savings, you can buy one for about $339, which I think means it's about $60 off. So go quickly, there's not many there, but go and check it out if you live in the States and make yourself a real saving on an Apple Watch Series 7. At the top of the video, I mentioned iPads becoming collector's items. Well, it's kind of true. If you run an iPad Air 2 or an iPad Mini 2, they now officially have become part of Apple's vintage and obsolete listings. Basically, they say that anything that's manufactured over 5 and less than 7 years ago is vintage, over 7 years ago is obsolete. So with those iPads being built back in the 2013s and 2014s, they have now fallen into that listing, which means really if they're still working great, that's good, but you won't get any software updates. They're not officially supported by Apple any longer. As good as Apple are for looking after products for a long time, there is going to be obviously some roll-off points. So you have now got yourself a collector's iPad. Are you still rolling one of those old iPads? Let me know in the comments. Last week I reported that Apple and the EU weren't exactly best buddies, and it got a bit more serious this week with the EU issuing a statement of objections. It's all to do with the NFT, the near-field technology. You know, the tap and go when you're in a store. The EU feel that Apple aren't opening that up to third parties as much as they should be. So it looks like there's going to be some court time over that issue coming up soon. So it seems unhappiness is in the air with Apple employees being asked to go back to the desk once a week at Apple Park as of this week, and by the 23rd of May it's 3 days a week. They are not happy. They feel that they should still be able to work from home and that things such as the commute into work hasn't been factored in, the stress that brings. They also feel that it favours those that are better off because they can live closer to Apple Park and therefore have a shorter commute. And Tim Cook came up with a wonderful phrase that only Apple could come up with this one. Tim said it's the serendipity of bumping into one's colleagues in the corridor can't be substituted or replaced. Serendipity. Let me know if you're missing the serendipity of bumping into colleagues, but keep it clean. If you've been missing Jony Ive, well, you can read all about him and his life this weekend. The Financial Times runs a supplement called How to Spend It, and they're featuring, as the guest editor this week, Jony Ive, the much-missed Apple designer. He's brought some of his friends together, such as singer-songwriter Lily Allen and trombone Shorty, and they're talking about the art of creativity and making. And on the front cover of this week's supplement is going to be Jony and his dad. So if you're missing Jony Ives, this is your weekend to catch up on him. And the chip shortage doesn't show any signs of easing up whatsoever. They reckon it's going to be around until at least the end of this year, possibly into early next year. Local lockdowns in China for COVID have affected things greatly. And I know it's my cost, the studio display that I want, It's going to be about a 12-week lead time on that from you placing the order to getting it. They're now talking that being delivered sometime end of May or beginning of June. And it's the same on Mac Studios as well. If you want an M1 Ultra Mac Studio, it's going to be a July delivery. So this chip shortage is pretty serious. Has it affected you? And Kwon Chi, I mentioned, had been busy with tweets, most about the watch, but also about the AR/VR headset. He's told us that it's coming out in the fourth quarter of this year. And most importantly in the tweets, he mentioned it's going to be running independently of the iPhone. And also, the iPhone 14 and this headset are going to be running Wi-Fi 6E as well. Gaming's never been my thing, but is a headset something you're looking forward to? Just a couple more stories to bring you this week on Apple Views, and you know it's a light week when I'm talking about cable on Apple Views, but the Thunderbolt 4 Pro cable that was released back in the March event, well, now you can buy it in a 4-meter length. So if you just thought that first cable was too damn short, now you've got the long version, proving what we've always known: length matters. And as Apple users, we are used to the fact that we don't get a lot in the box these days. We often bemoan the fact, but we are lucky in comparison to Tesla owners. Now, if you want to have a phone charging kit in your brand new Tesla, it's not included in the cost anymore, believe it or not. No, they expect you to pay upwards of $275 to have the luxury of charging your phone in your Tesla. So suddenly, see, Apple seems good value for money, doesn't it? And just when you thought you got away with having no iPhone 14 news this week on Apple Views, right at the end here, some lovely renders from that gifted artist, LD Bova, over on Twitter. He's put up these pictures, and don't they look amazing? And that is all the news I've got for you on Apple Views this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, why don't you drop me a like and also subscribe? But just before leaving you this week, just to show my money where my mouth is, Apple 4K TV is here. Just wait for me to unbox it and sort that out in the living room. And then this is finally here. My 16-inch MacBook Pro, 32 gigs of unified memory, 4 terabytes of storage. I just need to find time to unpack it and get the thing working. I'm looking forward to editing these videos on this new machine a lot. If you've got one, let me know what you think of it. I can't wait to begin using it. But anyway, that's all I've got for you this week. Have a wonderful week, and I'll catch you next weekend for more Apple Views.